Hey kiddos, Handsome Jack here. You're listening to Start Replay.
Mushy Snuggle Bites is my main squeeze.
I thought I would take some time away from battling Dr. Nefarious and introduce a brand new Start Replay podcast.
Presumably because you have half a brain in your head. Okay, kisses.
What is up, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Start Replay podcast with your host, that's me, Josh Ball, and I've got two guests in the room as well who are also on the Start Replay team. One is namely Theo Chapman.
Hello?
Hello, Theo. You are also the brother of Joel, who we had on the first podcast, unfortunately.
Taller brother.
Yes.
Of
And
Joel.
that
taller younger brother.
ladylike voice you hear in your ears is Richard F. Evans, or Richard Fevans, as I like to call him.
Yeah, for some reason there's an ongoing joke in the podcast that now I am a lady.
It started from the beginning, it's gonna keep on going.
I don't know how. I mean, I'm not exactly feminine.
Well, no, you're not feminine. You're indie. He's dressed up as Indiana
dressed up
Jones,
as Indiana
ladies and
Jones.
gentlemen. He has the hat, he has the fedora, he has the jacket.
Stubble.
He doesn't have the whip, though.
Perfect.
I don't know, well, maybe that would have been a bit weird if we did
Yeah.
bring the whip.
What
What are you
through
thinking of
Reading
doing later,
with a
boy?
2 years ago I bought a whip for Freya.
Did you?
Really?
Yeah, it was
Do
an
you think-
ongoing joke.
I'm
Do you
assuming
think
this
Joel
is
and Freya used it?
No, it was when Joel was whipped by Freya.
Oh,
Snap.
this is just going to be the bitch cast,
Those
isn't it?
days are
Everyone's
long
bitching about other people
gone.
on the team.
It's the other way around. Actually, no, not really.
So yeah, welcome to episode 2, everyone. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. Why are you tuning in? I don't know, but listening to our chats would probably be pretty good, right?
Sure.
You might
Perfect.
think so.
Well, I'm
Perfect.
here, so
You'll have a perfect time.
Absolutely perfect. Yeah, so we're going to be talking, Richard and Theo are going to be talking about their Game of the Year 2014, their biggest disappointment of 2014 in games, and then what they're most excited for in 2015, and what they think will be their biggest disappointment of 2015. And, there'll probably be a few stories in between there. Just general chit-chat, really. No pressure. The pressure for everyone. Yes, everyone's under pressure. Yes. Think of the people listening to this in the gaming industry being like, who the hell are these people? These weird people. Why are they talking like idiots? Well, it's only because we're normal people. That's
we
what
are idiots.
Yeah.
We
No,
are
that's
idiots
true.
as well.
Strictly, medically, we are
Strictly idiots. That's a new TV show we're going to bring out. So, also, I think it might be good to tell our dear listeners what we do, what Start Replay is, because we didn't cover that in episode 1, and I think episode 2 might be a good ground to cover it. So, Theo, what do we do, in your opinion?
In my opinion, we have a website
We do.
which covers a lot of gaming news, gaming reviews, gaming previews,
Yep.
which is twinned with a YouTube channel,
Yep.
which uploads content of these games,
Mm-hmm.
reviews on the YouTube channel,
That's true.
and news in general, ish.
Yep.
We also feature a host of characters on the staff, such as myself, an award-winning writer of Gavin and Stacey fan fiction, Sam Child, who cannot spell to save his life, Theo,
Child,
who is freakishly tall for somebody of his age, Joel, freakishly short for somebody of his age.
Polar
The,
opposites.
the list
brothers.
goes on.
Yes. Yeah, so we are a gaming site, for those who don't know. Start Replay, could mean anything, right? Let's start replay. So you press your start button, and you replay it. I can hear sirens. Do you think the police are after us?
Yeah, the popos are here.
Well, they're probably after my dodgy parking outside.
Good to know. Sorry, breaking the voice there for a second. So yeah, we're a gaming website. We're on Twitter, @StartReplay. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/The Happy Campers. Happy with an I, not a Y. Do not ask me why.
I think Sam did the spelling.
Oh,
Come
God.
on, let's not beat down on Sam.
That's
Sam's a great
brutal.
guy.
That
Does
is
some
brutal.
great stuff for us.
I'm dyslexic as well. I can
Yeah,
slag it.
exactly.
Fair
Dyslexics can slag. We can all slag each other off. We're a little bit dyslexic here and there.
Theo isn't. He's the odd one out.
All right. He's perfect.
I'm
Is he?
too good.
Perfect
Sorry,
Theo.
Sorry, everyone, I'm too good.
Youngsters. So let's get down to it. Who wants to go first?
What for Game of the
Game of the Year 2014.
Well, ladies first.
Perfect.
Go on then, Theo.
Okay, right.
Go on,
so
Theo,
what am I starting
youngest.
off with?
Well, your Game of the Year 2014.
Game
what
of the
was
Year
it?
2014?
Yeah.
I would say there was a lot of things that came out this year, but it was Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor.
Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor.
That took it for me.
Ah.
Interesting choice, I know.
Well, yeah, I didn't play much of it, but I did play a little bit, and it seemed pretty great.
It is.
Why is it so good?
The story is average.
Okay.
The main character doesn't have a lot to him.
I thought you were going to pucker up your lips there for Mr. Tolkien. Don't be like...
I do like Mr. Tolkien. He writes great books, none of which I have read. But yeah, the thing that made Shadow of Mordor for me was the Nemesis system. Do you know about that?
Yeah, so you can go out and find opponents, and then battle off against people, and they'll have like little things against you in the future, and all these other bits.
There's a list of orc captains which you can fight against. You kill them, another one eventually takes their place.
Yeah,
if
of
a regular
course.
orc kills you, if a regular orc kills you, he takes a vacant captain space.
Well,
and
for those who
suddenly
don't
has
know, Richard actually reviewed the game.
Yeah, I reviewed the
for
game.
StartReplay.com.
Better have given it a high review.
give it about 80, but looking back, I see it as a bit more of a time waster game.
Oh,
Big words. But yeah,
time wasted. That would have entered the 6s, and that would have been brutal.
I gave it that because compared to my Game of the Year, which is a fellow fantasy game,
Game of the year.
it just completely looks like nothing.
Okay.
but the I think with the Nemesis system, it's the fact that you're running around Mordor, like maybe heading to your next quest, or Mordor, as it's called in Lord of the Rings, and you run into this orc that will just piss you the fudge off. Really, I mean, they can kill you so many times, and each time they kill you, they get stronger. So, I still remember the name. It was like Tormod Ranger Killer.
Tormod Ranger Killer.
And he was an arsehole. I think he reached like power 20, and I just couldn't kill him. And when I did, it was better than any boss I've ever killed in any game. 10 times better.
My nemesis was Brian the Accountant.
Brian the Orcish Accountant.
Brian the Accountant.
Kept on stabbing me with his pens and paper clips.
Weird. Sorry, I'm just altering my my headphone volume.
Talking of stabbing with pens, in Daisy, if any of our listeners play Daisy, you can kill yourself with F11 with a pen, of which you do not use the sharp end. You take the blunt end and shove it into your temple.
So you put the rubber in your temple.
Yep.
You literally erase your mind
pretty much
in one go.
I thought you were going to do a link through to the one of the Bourne games. You know the famous Bourne films following Jason Bourne?
Oh, they're making a new one of those.
They had a game series. Well, one game. It was meant to be a series. It
Really?
obviously didn't do well enough. And there was a fight in it following the movie, and you use a pen as a weapon to
Yes.
stab a guy.
Christ.
You do. That's great. I love the Bourne films.
The Bourne games had a really good
Amazing.
fighting system.
I think Bourne Ultimatum was the best.
This is also the Retrocast, in which we talk about games we loved at one point, but now we realise are quite crap.
Joust. Super Mario
Ooh.
64.
Ah, Super Mario Kart 64. Amazing.
Jack 3.
That's my game of the year for 2015. So, Shadow of Mordor is
Shadow
your
of
game of the
Mordor,
year for
definitely.
2014.
Definitely takes it by
Ooh.
a stride.
Well, Richard, what is your game of the year for 2014?
Fellow fantasy game, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Really? Bit of draggy.
I've got about 70 hours in the game,
Whoa.
and I still have 3 main missions to
Wow.
do.
I have not played that.
It is extremely good. I mean, the
Played
story
an
alone,
hour.
is enough to make it my game of the year. It's brilliant voice acting, brilliant lore established over the past 2 games and various other tie-in media. It's just a brilliant game,
I'm glad he enjoyed it.
and I've because you can choose what your main character says, and I've just made him a sarkiest bastard out.
Have you had any romantic relationships?
No, I
Any
have not.
sexual...
I was too busy killing dragons.
Oh, come on, man. You need to, get your wand in there. What type of person are you? Are you a mage or a...
I'm a human male warrior.
Oh, well, that's not exciting.
Pretty
Okay.
average.
No, it's not very exciting at all. No.
Yeah. I have heard
Get your
of
sword
the,
in there. Do it.
I have heard of the homosexual bestiality that can be conducted within the game.
Wow.
With,
Maybe you should get on that.
There's maybe there's the Lion Men.
Lion Man.
I have not heard that. I saw IGN did something about Iron Bull, character who's a canary, which you could have that sort of a relation with.
Yeah, that's what I
Nice.
mean. The Lion Man, the Canary, if it's called that.
It's not a lion, man.
Is it
They've
just
got horns.
Yeah, that's it. That's
So-
it.
Lions don't have horns, Theo.
They are if they're horny.
Have you seen a lion?
God. Here come the bad jokes.
I have seen a lion. It did not have a horn.
They had a horn.
Have you
between its
seen
legs.
the lion? It does not have a horn, okay? When on the German camp, lions do not have horns. And that is not the best German accent I've done.
Be quiet, Fritz.
Borderline racist.
Okay. Wow. Dragon Age and bleeding Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor.
Okay. It's not too bad. I've already forgotten. No, I did South Park. That's it. South Park Stick of Truth.
Didn't play that.
Boom. Great game.
I
Fantastic.
watched a lot of streams on that game.
Oh, so good. Really funny. What was your biggest disappointment, Theo? With 2014?
Ooh, biggest disappointment.
Was it not getting any of your sweet, subtle moments with that special someone? The Xbox One? No, I'm kidding.
I think it has got to be. Oh, there's an ice cream van. Can we get some ice cream?
BRB.
Let's run!
I would say it's got to probably be biggest disappointment. I can't think of the name. I bought it, spent 20 quid on it, and it was shite. That's it. The Evil Within.
The Evil Within. That was my biggest disappointment.
Really?
Yeah, that was my
high
biggest.
five.
Well, if you
Eiffel
listen
Tower.
to the podcast, you would know. But each to their own.
I mean, I'm a massive fan of Bethesda, the
I
Elder
am.
Scrolls series.
I'm a
apart from
huge
excluding
fan
Elder
as
Scrolls
well.
Online, but it was shite, frankly.
It wasn't that good. Well, to be fair, I gave it a good fun because there were moments at the beginning. I was a bit like
The beginning was good. After that, it's just like I'd say it's a mixture between something like Resident Evil and
It's basically Resident Evil 4.5.
oh, is it? It did look quite similar to Resident Evil.
Yeah, of course. Well, have you played Resident Evil 4?
No.
Oh my god.
I played Resident Evil 6. That was shite too.
Play Resident Evil 4 and you will know what I mean. It's made by the same person who made The Evil Within.
Oh,
Are they
right.
remastering the first Resident Evil?
They are. It's coming out on my birthday.
Ooh.
Boom.
Happy birthday.
Yes, I know. Well, it's a remaster of a remaster that was on GameCube, which I did actually really like, so I'm glad they're bringing
I
it.
remember the GameCube. I had my only hole-in-one on a golfing game on
Oh,
Tiger
GameCube was
Woods
awesome.
GameCube. It was a good game.
It was great.
Super Smash
I miss
Bros on the
GameCube.
GameCube. Those were the days. Playing that with my cousin.
I want to play the new one. Haven't played the new one yet.
I saw a tournament when I was at Gamescom, I think. It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I got the original on my phone recently on an emulator.
Oh, weird. The original Smash Brothers on your phone. Weird.
I set up a PS2 emulator on my PC just so I could play the first Jak and Daxter, and it was worth the
I never
hours.
played Jak and Daxter.
Oh, do you like Naughty Dog games?
I do, yeah.
Go for it. They were brilliant.
I seem to remember playing it.
That's how I remember my childhood.
Dexter.
I think I might have played a little bit on PSP.
Kicking cows into pens.
Wow, kicking cows into bins.
Pens, not bins.
Oh.
God, Christ.
So,
Kind of
kicking
animal.
cows into bins. Bang. And what was your biggest disappointment, Richard?
Ooh, I actually don't know.
I don't have one.
to
The
be
year was
pushed-
perfect for me.
To be
It
pushed
cannot
for
be
one,
topped.
I just can't really remember any of the games I played. To be pushed for one, I'd probably have to
Same for me.
say the Sunset Overdrive multiplayer because there was no free roam, and I
Really?
was thinking that there was free roam like up until I bought it, and then
There was no free roam.
no free roaming multiplayer is what I mean.
Sucks.
And
That sucks.
no, it's fun to play. The campaign's brilliant, really funny, but no multiplayer free roaming, so I couldn't run around with all my mates, and
God, that'd be perfect.
no, it was annoying.
Do you think there'll be a Sunset Overdrive 2?
I reckon there will be, yeah.
Sunset Overdriven too much. The sequel.
At Gamescom, we chatted with some of the developers of the game, and the guy that does Sunset TV in Sunset Overdrive game, he hosts their sort of weekly video updates on the game. We met him there. He was
Oh, wow.
hosting a lot of the games, and they're nice people. They're funny guys, and
Insomniac, isn't it?
Insomniac
It is
Studios,
Insomniac.
based,
Ratchet
in,
and Clank.
Yeah.
based in Seattle. I was having a chat with one of the developers about Seattle and their local sports teams when we were there.
I really want to go and see the dev team, Insomniac. They're amazing. They're remaking, well, I don't know if it's them who are remaking the first Ratchet and Clank for PS4.
They're doing a Ratchet and Clank movie, aren't they?
Yeah. That's coming out this year.
Has any of them actually been done? As in films from games?
Well, there've been plenty of films from games, not like animated though.
They've been shit.
Oh.
Yeah, and they've all been crap, basically. Well, most of them.
Is there
I'm
any
looking
examples?
forward.
I can't
Last
think
of Us is getting a movie soon.
It is getting a
with
movie,
Maisie
possibly
Williams
with Maisie Williams.
of Game of Thrones
Possibly,
fame, playing Ellie.
yeah.
I think Arya does take my favourite character in Game of Thrones, so that should be good.
But talking of Ratchet and Clank, very quickly, I almost forgot to mention our intro to the podcast, which I'll put at the beginning of every episode for a while, just so people get used to it and then enter it at a later stage. Of course, the voices of Handsome Jack from Damien Clark and Clank, David Kay, are on the intro to our podcast. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Clank.
Hi, this is Clank. How is that not Clank? What do you think it was?
Can't really remember him talking.
No, there's
to be
Peter
honest.
Griffin right there.
I thought he was
Hi.
just a little silent robot that just,
No.
that just followed you around.
How many games did you play? I mean, in every
Now
game
you
he
say
talks.
it. Now you say
in
it.
every
It's coming
game
back.
he talks.
Yeah. Didn't he have his own little standalone game as well?
He did
Little
once,
Secret
yeah.
Agent Clank.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
On the PlayStation Portable.
But we remember when we got the voice actor of Clank, David Kay, to do an intro. Shortly after that, we found out that he was in the movie, and we messaged him. We were like, "Oh my god, man, this is awesome!" He said, "Oh my god, I didn't give it away, did I?" I was like, "No, it's just been released on in the news. It's cool. It's fine." So that's quite cool. Yeah. So we've gone through your biggest disappointments, and no, we haven't. What's your?
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah,
Sunset Overdrive
yeah,
multiplayer.
sorry, Sunset Overdrive multiplayer. What are you most excited for in 2015, Theo? Now I'm going to go to Richard. Just mix it up.
Good, because I've got one prepared. Mortal Kombat X. Because,
You're most excited for?
Really?
yeah, I'm really hyped for that.
I was going to get hands on at E3, but I was like, ugh. I'm not
I
much of a
should've.
Mortal Kombat.
Well, I played it at Eurogamer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was really good.
Is it good?
Yeah, I remember we're in the queue for that line, and they ID'd Joel twice because it was in the 18 section. he got ID'd on the way into the 18 section, ID'd in the line, ID'd at the end of the line,
Ah, great.
and he was the only one that got ID'd. I didn't get
Poor
ID'd.
guy.
Sam didn't get
He
ID'd.
does
Freya
look
didn't get
very young.
ID'd.
Freya didn't get ID'd.
No, only Joel got ID'd.
He does look very young.
Oh.
Well, he is. Well, he's only 18, but each to their own, eh? Not quite as young as Theo here, 15-year-old.
I was
depressing.
playing Mortal Kombat Complete Edition, which was a version of the Mortal Kombat game released in 2011.
Oh,
And
nice.
it was a reboot of the original franchise, so I've really gotten into it. The story is brilliant. It actually has a story.
Didn't know it had a story.
It does have a story. There's a Mortal Kombat competition every so many years, and Earth warriors have to fight against warriors from Outworld, and Outworld have won it 9 times. If they win it one more, the Mortal Kombat tournament, they can invade Earth. And the story is based off of the 10th tournament, and Earthrealm needs to win it, and it is really, really good.
Sounds like someone has been
Wow.
on the wiki page.
No, I just played the game.
That sounds good. Yeah, I think I might get into it, Mortal Kombat, when it comes out later this year. Of course, I'll get it sent to me. So, yeah, I look forward to playing that.
I just thought it was people ripping each other's body parts off.
Nah,
Yeah, that looks cool as well.
they've got some sort of banter between the combatants now. Like
gonna rip your spine out. Get over here.
Banter.
they've got they've got some sort of sun god which comes in,
Weird.
and then the thunder god Raiden comes down. And he says, "My thunder will block out your sun."
Oh god.
What a lad.
Does the sun god come in and like defrost Sub-Zero? And he's like,
I would hope so.
I'm melting away.
And then old Scorpion comes in and goes, "Get over here."
Get over here. And chains him up. Like does some seductive play. Oh god. Mortal Kombat X.
BDSM.
X. Hey.
50 Shades of Scorpion.
50.
I've played more of Street Fighter than I have Mortal Kombat. I haven't really played a lot of Mortal Kombat at all. Don't think I've ever
Maybe
played
you
Mortal
should.
Kombat.
Maybe that
You
should
should.
be a New Year's resolution. I need to play Mortal Kombat.
It's better because it's violent.
I mean, it is a
Yeah, but he's
side
young, so-
side on view, isn't it? Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I never really liked side on view games.
Why is Street Fighter a
Street.
behind the shoulder view?
No. Apart from except for Street Fighter and possibly the Trine series, side on view just annoys me. It hurts to play it. don't like it.
It was like old school games, isn't it? Everything was a side-on scroller.
Good, I wasn't bored.
In my A2 media class, I had to write an essay about violence in video games and TV, and I did my case study on Mortal Kombat games when a child in the US in the 90s grabbed 2 butcher knives and did a fatality on his friend.
Bloody hell! What? He actually
Killed him. Yep,
Oh
killed him.
my god! Wow,
It's brought the
terrible.
tone down a bit.
Holy crap!
Christ.
Theo, what's your exciting
Moving on.
excitement? Why are you excited for 2015? What's going to bring? What is it going to bring for you? Borderlands Episode 2 from Telltale's Games, please.
You read my mind, but it's not that.
Ah,
It's not that.
okay.
It has got to be Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Tomb Raider, the timed Xbox exclusive.
Good job I got an Xbox. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the first Tomb Raider game. I just thought it was fantastic. I mean, after playing Uncharted, and they kind of had a little block on Uncharted. Well, I say block. They didn't do an Uncharted for a while, and there was no talk of it. And Tomb Raider kind of just brought that back. I really like Square Enix as a company.
Oh, they're
I mean,
great.
Just Cause 3 as well. That's this year.
Crap, yeah.
Oh,
So many good games coming out this year. I keep
know.
forgetting.
Although everyone was like that at the start of 2014, and 2014 was a bit of a disappointment. But anyway, yeah. So Tomb Raider.
I still haven't
It's gotta be
finished the original Tomb Raider. It's like with books. I enjoy them. I get a good way through them. Can't finish them.
The ending is
Don't spoil it. I haven't finished it.
no. I'm not gonna say it's
The ending to
it's,
what?
It's to the first Tomb Raider is unbelievable, but good.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's cool.
It's good. I mean, it takes the realism out of the game.
Unbelievable as in unbelievable, literally unbelievable.
Yeah, no,
not
you
like
can't
unbelievable.
believe-
It's so amazing. Oh
I mean,
my God,
it is amazing.
No,
it's fun. It's a good
both.
final boss battle.
Yeah, it's both.
And chucks a bit of nostalgia in there as well.
But
doesn't it?
you know, I don't think Rise of the Tomb Raider is going to be able to hold up against this, Thief's End, Uncharted 4
we'll have to see.
by Lara. Unless you take off your top, I mean, take everything off. Then I don't think you're going to win my Game of the Year for 2015.
I've got a Lara Croft related story. On New Year's Eve, I was at a restaurant with my family, and we saw somebody we recognised, and my family was speaking to him. And then at the end of the night, I've realised who it was. It was a friend of ours, and she was the original body model for Lara Croft.
Ah,
And I remember.
when?
Oh, it must have been back in the 90s.
Wow, that's strange.
It was a while ago, but yeah, very attractive lady. And I remember apparently she had her breast implants done live on Sky One.
Wow,
On demand.
it's like
I don't think they had on demand back then.
amazing. Oh God, live on Sky One. That is something. Okay, now we're just gonna numb this breast here and numb this one. Okay, we're just gonna bring in a fatality right now. Oh God, terrible. Ugh. All right. So that's why we're excited. Okay, I get it. They've probably got a few things that'll come out this year, and you'll be like, I'm even more excited for Halo 5 or Halo 6. So yeah. But what do you think's going to disappoint you this year? It's rife of disappointment. Assassin's Creed, Victoria, London.
No,
which
that's
it
gonna
is
be
gonna
good.
I think that'll be good because I mean they must have learned their lesson with Unity. I mean,
Longer development time.
Unity-
That's the only
Unity-
thing you can take away from that.
don't get me wrong, Unity is fantastic, and I've been playing it with Richard and Sam and a co-op, and that is brilliant too. I loved it.
It is really good, but we found out you can just repeat the heist missions over and over again.
75,000 florins ago.
Yeah, 75,000 florins in-game currency ago, and you can complete them in under 5 minutes. So it's a good way to earn money
great.
and buy all the equipment.
Bit, yeah.
Oh, I might
Kind
have
of
to
an
do that.
exploit, but
Might have to do that.
it's good.
Now, my disappointment, I'm feeling, is going to be Evolve.
Evolve.
Yeah.
That is out in a month.
That was Freya's most excited game.
That's
Wasn't
a
it?
game of the year,
Yeah.
apparently. So early on as well. It's sort of like, hi, February. We're just about to get to you. Yeah, that's my game of the year. It could be.
Yeah, no, Evolve's going to be bad.
That's a game of the year. I don't think she's
Evolve
actually
is
going to play it
great.
much at all.
I mean, it's going for that kind of. Obviously, it's Turtle Rock. They're going for that kind of Left 4 Dead.
Of course.
4 people on a
of course.
team. But
That's what they know.
as Titanfall did, I think it will just get repetitive after the first few games. You'll have 2 weeks of fun on it, and that's it.
Well, the problem is
It's gone.
you need like
It's shite.
3-4 other friends on to play at the same time. How often are you going to get that? I mean, don't really have 3 or 4 other friends.
Well, you can play it apparently in an offline mode. I haven't looked too deep into it.
It wouldn't really be the same though.
No, it wouldn't be.
No.
It wouldn't be. It isn't always online game, in my opinion. Again, I've already said this on the last podcast, on episode 1. When I first played it, it was such a rush. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, and I am looking forward to it. But I can see why. Oh god, Theo's just totally messed up there.
I'm just whacking everything I can.
This is why we have feedback microphones, headphones, guys. Yeah, but I can see why that could be your disappointment.
Well, they've been advertising it on. I watched WWE. I'm going to watch it this year actually in London.
Oh, look at that!
But when it's
Mr.
been on
High Roller.
Sky Sports, they've been advertising Evolve since like October, and then they pushed it back again and
Yeah.
again, and they've had to stop doing the adverts eventually.
And then the marketing strategy just
Yeah.
went whoop.
They're spending too much money.
Yeah. It's a shame. Okay.
I
Theo, what you
have a question.
your question? No, I'm not gay, and I'm not going to buy alcohol.
Anyway, otherwise, do Valve have anything to do with Evolve whatsoever?
No,
Right,
they don't.
brilliant.
I can see why you
Because
think
they,
that.
Valve,
Yeah.
Valve have the Left 4 Dead license,
I mean, yeah.
so
they've
they
been
are
working-
actively working on Left 4 Dead 3, as far as I'm aware.
Oh,
Half-Life 3.
confirmed.
Even though I've never played Half-Life 2.
You know, guys, I think this is going to be a year where we finally see. I say this every year, but I think because now next gen consoles have been out a while and they've got used to the tech, and Source Engine 2 is sort of there and they're using it, I think we're going to see one game from Valve this year, and it'll either be Portal 3, Half-Life 3, or Left 4 Dead 3. More than likely Left 4 Dead 3.
As long as they bring Stephen Merchant back for Portal 3, I'll be happy.
You are forgetting the Counter-Strike series. That could make
Counter-Strike.
another entry.
I've never played it.
That's actually honourable mention for this year. Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
I think that's what
Go fuck yourself,
Joel and
Theo.
Freya said as well. They were like, Counter-Strike.
They can go kill themselves.
They're right. Counter-Strike's fantastic.
So Theo's just said that Counter-Strike's going to be his biggest disappointment of the year. So
I'm going to punch Theo in the face if he bigs up. Counter-Strike.
It's just so good. I mean, I was talking about the repetitivity getting boring, if that's a word.
repetitivity, repetitive nature.
In what's it called? Evolve.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen in Counter-Strike. Because it doesn't. They nailed it so
Because
much.
it just doesn't.
It's flawless.
With
10 out of
Counter-Strike,
10.
I went through a period where everybody else was playing it, and me, my friend Mikesh, and Freya were all saying, we're not going to buy that game, it doesn't look good. And, well, we were getting pissed off with everybody going off and playing it.
Freya had a change of heart.
Yeah,
Christ.
everyone went off and played the game and ditched us all. And, and then Freya eventually had a change of heart, and now she plays that game non-stop. Hypocritical, that is. And
Why don't you give it a go?
I'm sure
because
if I play it,
I
I'll be
slagged it off
hooked.
so much, I just can't buy it. I have to be stubborn on this point. I cannot buy Counter-Strike Global Offensive, otherwise I'll look like a hypocrite just like
Oh,
Freya does.
goodness.
Yeah, Josh, you should come
Let's
along.
buy it together, Richard. We can do
I
it.
think
Come
I'm
on,
good.
Let's
for a
hold
few
hands
games.
whilst we press that buy button. Enter our card details.
I would rather roll around in barbed wire and salt than buy that
I
game.
thought you were going to say semen for a second.
No.
Oh, God.
Christ on a bike.
Barbed wire and semen. It's just what I roll around in, guys.
You've been doing too many podcasts with Joel and Freya.
Yes,
Getting
I have.
dirty-minded.
One.
That last podcast was hard to listen to.
One too many.
I do have a Secret Santa present from Theo,
Oh,
which is late.
it's the
But
9th
only
of January,
come in.
everybody.
I suspect this also includes a game that I gave to Joel. Or
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
there
does,
we go. I
it
was going to say, oh my god, Theo got me Far Cry 4, the promotional copy, not for resale on Xbox One. Thanks, dude.
was on your wish list.
Thanks. Oh, that's awesome. There's a disc in there as well, just to make sure. Oh no, it's Titanfall. Damn.
Just burn it.
All right, let's
Delve
God,
inside
there are
the
two
package.
things.
Oh, no, there's 5.
Five things. The bat signal. Great. So I got a miniature bat signal. Does it light up?
Yeah, it projects on the ceiling.
It actually projects.
As far as my knowledge,
Did
I'm
you
not sure.
did you see that I got a neon backlight?
Yes, I did. I saw that in Mankind. I was like, oh, Josh will want that.
Theo
Then
and I saw
the
that in
price tag.
Mankind.
Saw the
and,
price tag. Nope.
Okay.
Isn't that much?
Now, it's got something. What's this?
That
Whoops.
is
Broken half the gift.
There's another 2 of those in there.
Okay, so that's a tattoo.
No, it's something to go over your PS4 controller light.
Wow.
And
oh my god,
yeah.
mate, that is such a good idea.
Yeah.
Wow, he knows me.
So when you said there were like 5 gifts in there, 3 of them were PlayStation controller lights.
I feel
three of them
if,
are lights, are
If
they?
Freya's listening to this, she did point those out to me,
They're great.
and I said,
well
yeah,
done.
yeah, brilliant.
Who,
job.
Freya?
Yeah, Freya found them.
Freya, I'm going to be making love to you soon. So, thank you for that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, I won't do
And
that.
just as you asked,
Thank you so much, mate. Oh, amazing. I even got some chocolate from Hotel Chocolate, milk and white infusion.
didn't know whether you liked milk or white, so
I
I
love
got
any
the both.
chocolate, mate. You know what? I'm feeling so happy right now. I'm going to take a bite right now.
There's 2 slabs.
Just you talk amongst yourselves.
So Richard, how's the weather?
Oh no, the blind's closed. I can't really see outside at the moment.
Right.
No, he's asking how's the weather up there because he's so much shorter than you.
Oh, okay.
Cheap shot.
About the same, really, mate.
Yeah. Richard. Nice to see you.
To see you, nice.
Nah, Brucey. Hasn't he retired, Brucey? He's gone.
I thought you just said Bruce Lee.
You see,
No.
this isn't why I have
Bruce
you
Lee's
guys
dead.
host the podcast. We're just
Sorry,
totally.
it's just tangents.
The plane was up in the air. It was flying, and now it's gone.
Too soon,
That's
too soon.
Sorry.
Too soon.
Oh, come on, Josh.
The train was on the tracks, and now it's derailed.
Just like an EastEnders that time.
Was that Coronation Street?
What?
I don't know, they're all the same really, and I don't watch any of
What,
them.
where the train crashed off into the road? That's Coronation Street, mate.
Sorry, Mr. Soap.
Didn't even watch it, mate. It's just common knowledge.
How's your chocolate, Josh?
Chocolate's awesome, man.
Good.
Awesome.
I helped with that purchase, didn't I, Theo, on one of our regular subway trips?
Yes, well, you say helped. You observed the purchase.
That's sort of helping, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yum.
You asked where the white
Shout out
chocolate
to
was.
Subway. Brilliant.
Let's move away from gaming and get a bit more down to earth, guys. A bit more
Ooh.
topical.
Movies.
Movies. I was going to talk about your girlfriend, Richard, but maybe that isn't a good thing to do.
He's profusely
Okay.
shaking his head.
Well, Richard is in a very loving relationship. That's all I'll say. Movies. Has anyone seen any good movies recently?
Paddington.
Paddington. I haven't seen Paddington. Is it
It's
good?
really good.
I've heard it's good.
It's a very British film. Very, very British.
Very British.
It's really good. It's just about to come out in America as well.
Would you recommend that I legally see it at the cinema?
Yes, you should legally see it at the cinema.
Mm-hmm. That goes the same for all you listeners who are currently going, yeah, Paddington, I'm going to add that to my Ustream.
Yeah, it's a very nice film. Very nice.
Why? Why is it nice? Does it have Paddington spreading his marmalade all over the audience?
No, he eats it out of his jar, actually. No, Paddington's really cute in it. He's really well voice acted. Yeah, by Ben Whishaw from
And it was originally
Colin Firth, but they felt that his voice was not appropriate for Paddington, so they mutually decided that he should leave.
Who's Colin Firth again?
He's played to be in a lot
King
of
in, what's it?
King's Speech.
King's
Oh,
Speech.
that is Colin Firth. Yeah, no, I was surprised because they were like Colin Firth, and it was on the posters and everything, and all of a sudden they were like Q from Bond, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Well, he does a good job at it.
Do you think people are like going to sleep to our soothing voices? I mean, that's how
yours,
I,
eh?
that's how I do podcast. When I listen to a podcast, it's when I go and sleep.
Really?
I mean, I never hear the end.
We have the chance to wake him up by saying something quite loud to them to wake him up, and we can wake him up in a good mood by yelling, "Wake up, sexy!"
Get up, you bastard!
Oh, well, you just ruined it now.
Oh well. Oh
Kids.
Christ.
Be careful when you host a podcast,
No,
because
that's
terrible
never gonna
things
happen.
might happen, such as having these two on. No,
Then-
it's not a terrible thing. It's so nice to have you here, guys.
If anybody is asleep, we could speak to their subconscious directly.
Don't smoke.
Go on to Start Replay.
Good idea. That's a
Give us
fantastic
money. Subscribe to our
Richard's just
YouTube channel.
just trying to take it for all it's worth.
Donate
to all those people who are
This
currently
Is a
falling asleep to
Scam
our podcast.
at gmail.com.
Kill Theo. Kill Theo.
Don't donate to this is a scam at gmail.com.
Go to Freya's house, which is in Reading.
Careful now. Careful now.
Reading is her house. That's where she lives.
Ooh.
Ominous.
Speaking of ominous,
Mm.
I have. Well, you said get away from gaming, but I feel I should mention. I have played one game, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
Mm.
I may have seen a little bit on that.
I want to play that.
It was good.
Is it on Mac?
Avagander. I don't know.
Is it
Probably
from
not.
Square Enix?
Don't think so. I think it's from an independent studio.
Mm.
It's on the Unreal 4 engine actually, which is not
Is it?
not that common. That takes my best graphics award this year. It was good.
Sorry, listeners, for this inconsistency whilst I enjoyed my chocolate. No, I spoke to someone from Square Enix. I was asking, what are you playing? What are you enjoying? He said, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I really love that game.
I can see why.
I was like, yeah, I've heard about that. My mate's playing it at the moment. And so, yeah, I really want to download that game, play it on my Mac if it's out on Mac. I think we were talking at the time that it was coming to next gen PS4.
Oh no, yeah, they wouldn't be able to run it on a. Definitely wouldn't be able to run it on a last gen. I guess you call it now.
But
next
is
gen.
that confirmed? That's coming out on. Do you know about this, Richard?
I don't know.
No idea.
Richard's totally in the dark. Could have shoved him in my cupboard.
But other detective games, although it got taken the piss out of a bit, Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishment.
I got that game on Xbox.
I haven't played
I haven't played it.
but it does look good. It does look like a lot of fun.
You can say that to a lot of things. I'm trying to make this relevant. Playing Superman 64 looks good. It's not, boys and girls. It's the worst
definitely
game in
not.
the world. Playing E.T. looks good. It's not.
You mean the ET that almost killed off the video game industry?
It didn't. There's a lot of, huffle-puffle behind that. You should watch the Atari E.T. documentary that's currently floating around.
You should watch
On the
Video
Xbox Store.
Game the movie on Netflix.
I do want to watch that.
I watched it
I
the
did
other day.
watch
It's
that on
really
Netflix.
good.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
Because have you watched Indie Game the movie?
No, that is just
That-
the title.
That's
That's
about. Don't tell me.
Indie games.
Begins with a P. The game that it's based on.
Super Meat Boy and
I have
Fez
seen it.
from Polytron.
Fez. That's it. Fez. That's it.
From Polytron.
I never played Fez.
No, that's the first one I watched on Netflix.
Oh, I have
Well,
seen
I
it.
watched Indie Game the movie, and I was like, wow, this is what it takes to make a good game, and these are all the things you have to go through. It's like, oh my god, this is terrifying. Oh, also Braid. They talk about Braid on there, and
That's Braid.
who said that?
Theo.
Who said that? Trying to figure out who's talking to me. Braid is a game from a man whose name I've forgotten at this moment, who is
Tim.
making The Witness,
What's the witness?
which is another indie game, which is hopefully coming out this year.
I'm not too.
Braid is a game
indie games.
in which you play this character in like a 2D world and you platform and blah blah blah. So it's a platformer, and you can reverse time. And so let's say you have to get a key and you fall through the bridge, and the key is at the bottom of the bridge, and as you fall through it and get the key, you can then reverse time and you'll have the item that you got underneath the bridge. It's very it's like a puzzler.
Sounds complicated.
It's better than I'm making it sound. So yeah, for those who might have played the game Braid or love the game and shouting at me at the moment, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. I hope someone does know what I'm talking
Do
about.
you know what? I've got a little idea that something we could do.
Be careful.
I'm gonna.
The room might explode.
I'm gonna take host for 10 seconds.
Are you?
Yes.
Good God.
Why doesn't everyone?
Goodbye, listenership. Episode 2 is the final episode of
Why doesn't everyone say take a scenario or idea and say, would you like that to be put into a video game?
I want divorce. Would you like to
divorce the video game?
Would you like to put that into a video game, sir? Yes, please.
Right, I'll start just to show
I'd
you.
like to get prepared. For this.
Show you what I mean.
Can I play it on hard or veteran? How would you like to play Divorce the game, sir?
All these mini games.
Can I play it on my handheld? I'd like to play it on the Commute. Great. Fantastic. We actually have a special version for you. It's called Divorce the Commute Edition on PS Vita and 3DS. 3D really pops out at you. It's like your wife's actually there. shouting at you. You can actually take a picture with the camera and paste it onto our character models, so it's that little bit more authentic.
Just like NBA. That
Just
worked
like
well.
NBA.
That worked well. You can
No,
really,
it didn't.
you can really feel the humiliation when your wife is pointing a finger out of screen at you,
Exactly.
boasting after she won all of your money.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you can go the next step and get the 3DS, which is screenless and just has a hole in the middle. And then, as your wife is actually pointing a finger at you, just place it over her finger. So it's like it's actually happening, or maybe it is actually happening. So,
And you could buy our sequel game, Suicide.
oh my god!
Wow,
Oh god, that
let's
turned
not.
dark.
Let's not.
That turned dark.
I had somewhere I was going with that. It fell through completely, the idea.
Yeah, I bet it fell through completely.
Anyway.
Suicidal thoughts. Goodness me.
Back
what were we
on
going to say?
topic.
Yeah.
I think
Back on off topic.
yeah, that's true. I think a game I'd really like to see is something in the style of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, as in where
But your life.
no,
And then we'll be able to go through your house and see Freya and Joel just...
let's
there.
all right, let's not go there, please, sir. But I like to see it with like real life mysteries, as in in The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, you take these mysteries and like recreate them, and you can see what actually happened. But things like you must know like that Mary Celeste mystery.
Yes,
Do you know
the ship which the crew went missing.
Went missing. Yeah, it would be
No.
Oh, okay. Right.
But I'm learning.
Basically, there was a ship transporting it was alcohol, and
ethanol.
ethanol and a lot of
Rum.
other stuff between somewhere, and
Between-
America and Italy.
probably, and the crew went missing.
Oh, I
The
think
ship
I
was
played this
fine.
in Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Did
No, I'm kidding.
It was like
Sorry, carry on.
1800s.
I say I haven't finished that game yet, so
Spoilers.
could have.
Carry on.
Yeah, just the crew went missing, and they don't know what happened to any of them.
There's theories though, isn't there?
I remember Power Rangers did an episode of it.
Really?
Yeah, they went on a cruise ship and everybody disappeared.
Power Rangers. That's amazing.
Power
Yeah.
Rangers in space, it was.
I mean, it'll be fun to recreate kind of what happened on that kind of thing and stuff like that. But that's my idea anyway.
Well, I've been listening to an audiobook called Ready Player One,
I'm just going to crack into my chocolate
Wait.
here.
God's sake.
which is set in a dystopian
Theo did this to
future
me.
where a video game company creates a virtual reality where everybody spends their time in it. And it gave me a lot of interesting ideas about where video games could be going in the future. Like, you could recreate your favourite movie by being the main character in a video game version of it, was an idea they had. And full body suits, which allowed you to experience the sensations that your characters experience in a game. Like, if you get shot, you feel like a light punch to the chest.
If you get sucked off.
That was another thing they were talking about. Yeah, some dolls and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, that's what
hell.
happens with the Oculus Rift and flashlights. There was a flashlight machine.
There's
no,
that weird
no
Japanese.
kidding.
There's that weird Japanese arm
Uh-huh.
thing, isn't there?
Do that when I'm drinking.
Yes, there was a weird machine in which
Yeah.
you wear the Oculus Rift, and this girl, it seems as though you can get different models and everything. That's amazing. That's amazing. Just think of that. There'd be such a market to get like Scarlett Johansson on there and
But
Nicole
they all
Kidman.
look very
It's just got
anime.
Pepsi all over this expensive equipment.
But there was another thing they were talking about in this book, which actually I've seen that they have. It's something you can combine with the Oculus Rift. It's the treadmill sort of thing, where you run round and then it makes your character run, and you stay in the same spot essentially. So your movements control your character's movements, and it looks really exciting. Something I hope we'll get soon on the mass market. I heard, didn't Ben buy an Oculus Rift, or
No,
I thought he said he bought one.
I'd be surprised if he
You
did.
can't buy them. You have to be
You
invited,
can.
don't you?
Yeah,
They're not
buy
for
them as
retail
dev kits.
yet.
Well, as dev kits.
He said he bought something.
Right, fair enough.
Basically. I think
Ben
it might
always
have been
buys
that.
something, and then we'll go around his, and he'll just be there, like, slouching on the chair. Have you seen? Do you watch South Park?
Yeah.
Occasionally.
You should watch the new
On the
season
occasion.
near the end, and it's about the Oculus Rift and virtual reality headsets. It's so good. It like gets it rather than knows. Something I'd like to talk about is, what do you remember as being your first memorable gaming moment, or the moment when you were young and you were sort of like either at a signing for something or you were at a midnight launch for something, and you were like, "This is so exciting!"
Oh, what? So not in game.
No, not necessarily. Oh, it can be in game,
Right.
Well, maybe a life experience, you know.
I remember playing a lot of games when I was really young, like in 90s, when I was like 4 in the late 90s. And I played a lot of N64 games, a lot of PlayStation 1 games. And I remember that one time me and my dad stayed up till about 2 a.m. And bear in mind, I was very young at this age, playing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PS1. We're trying to get past this one mission where you have to drive a tram along a track in Gringotts Bank. And it took us a while to get past it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was probably
Your most memorable young gaming moment.
Yeah.
Mine would probably be... you could say we were young, me and Joel. It's fairly recent, though. Well, I say fairly recent.
It was 2 years ago.
I'm talking about like whenever first Little Big Planet came out.
I was involved in that gaming moment as well.
Yeah, you were.
I used to play with
many
and
people.
Joel.
Well, to be fair, you were 8.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was 8.
That's terrible. That just sounds terrible.
Well, first Little Big Planet.
You were
Theo was
8.
8.
You were 8.
8.
I think I was... God, I must have been... How old?
You're 8 years older than me. 16.
Oh, I was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
8.
That is terrible.
But it was just. I mean, in our front room, there's a big corner sofa, but that was obviously too far from the TV for our little eyes. So we would stand probably about a meter, less than a meter. We'd stand.
Why don't you just sit?
Because it was how we played games. All games. Star Wars Battlefront.
Standing.
I mean, Little Big Planet. That PlayStation 3
I just would not feel comfortable.
and PlayStation 2. I just remember standing in the front room and playing. I mean, the Shark Survivors on Little Big Planet. All the stuff on Star Wars Battlefront 2, like you could go on to like Mos Eisley and do like Jedi's versus the Sith.
I do not remember this.
Yeah, it was like well, I say Easter egg, but there was a special Easter egg. If any listeners would like to try this out, you can go to the Mos Eisley map when you're setting up a game, and there's
what map?
Mos Eisley.
Mos Eisley.
Yeah, have you watched Star Wars? It's where the people go.
Isn't that Tatooine?
Yeah, it's an area on Tatooine called Mos Eisley.
All right.
And don't try and catch me out.
old what's his name? Ben Kenobi says something along the lines of, "Never will you see a greater hive of scum and villainy in this universe."
Wasn't there where Harrison Ford shoots someone?
He does.
Or it's under...
Harrison Ford shoots a lot of people in all of his films.
Yeah, but isn't
It's
there
where
like a
he-
standoff?
It's where he shoots Greedo from underneath the table.
Well, yeah, isn't it like a lot of speculation around it? Did he shoot first? Did he shoot first?
That's bullshit. Who really cares who shot first?
I don't know, but that's
Greedo
what I heard.
died, and he used to be Anakin's friend.
Here we go.
So that's all we know.
But yeah, there's a secret game mode, and you can go on it, and it's like you can play as Han Solo, you can play as Anakin, and all those lads.
I remember around a similar time I was around your house playing Mod Nation Racers on the PS3 with Joel.
That was interesting. I
Shoddy,
like the
but
creation of the things,
But
tracks, and
yeah,
stuff.
that was good. I've still got that game. I haven't played it since.
That was the game that broke our PlayStation.
Was it?
Yeah, we played that game. Bam, Yellow Light of Death, and that was that.
Oh, the Yellow Light of Death.
But
It was only on the release
I had
edition,
the
wasn't
Yellow
it?
Light of Death.
Of the PlayStation 3 release edition.
Yes,
No others got it, I don't think.
Yeah,
to my
no.
knowledge.
that's true.
when I was playing that round your house, Theo, Joel had watched the TV program Luther, and there was a serial killer on Luther, the detective
Don't
series.
tell me I haven't seen it yet.
Well, basically, he
There's a
looked.
serial killer?
Yeah.
You've just given the entire
Oh,
series
sorry.
away from me now. I didn't realise Luther was surrounded by, serial killers and
yeah.
everything.
No, the serial killer looked like Nick Clegg, and then Joel developed a irrational fear of Nick Clegg.
Wow.
So like, if I wanted to have a go on the game, I'd just yell Nick Clegg, and he'd run upstairs.
That's great. So if I mention Nick Clegg to him, or somehow through the power of God get Nick Clegg on this podcast,
I
would
would
just have Nick Clegg opposite Joel.
Can we?
Can we?
Please.
Can we get Nick Clegg on the
I'd like
podcast?
to rip at him.
Really?
put a bit of blood around his knuckles, and
goodness.
Joel would probably.
And I'll
wet
be there
himself.
just battered in the corner. So like, Joel, you have to protect me now. Clegg has got the upper hand.
He wouldn't be very good at that, whether it is Nick Clegg or not. with a rational fear of Nick Clegg there, he wouldn't be any good at saving you from
You
anyone.
wouldn't know. Maybe I should just get a printed mask of Nick Clegg and put it on. Be like, right, Joel, and you'll just like fold to the floor.
Or you
Oh,
could give it,
hell nah.
you could give it to Theo and he can go into his room and wake him up.
Whose phone was that?
What's that?
Oops.
Well, mine's on Do Not Disturb. So.
Mine's on silent. Josh?
Don't think it was me. That's okay.
I'm
It's
scared.
probably one of the listeners.
I did have I got a text from Domino's a minute ago asking me if
By
I
the
wanted
way,
to...
your phone just went off. You've got a text.
There we go.
Message.
Yeah, I had a text from Domino's a minute ago asking me if I wanted the same deal I had yesterday for lunch.
Wow.
What's the
Fat
deal?
Bastard.
It's winter survival deal.
5
Ooh.
pizzas and 5 Cokes and 5 chocolate cookies.
It was 4 donuts, wedges,
Oh.
garlic bread, and a large pizza.
Wow. And he was a piggy ever since.
Did I have it all to myself, actually?
I used to do that. I used to do that all the time, and now I'm sort of weaning off it.
Oh,
And now Theo just bought me some hotel chocolate.
Salisbury.
Straight back on it. It's alright, don't worry.
I hope my gifts
It's
work.
relaxed.
Hope it's
It was
Weight
lovely.
I want to
Lovely,
try,
Theo.
try
Very
these things
well
out
thought
for
out.
the Xbox lights. It's like a
The
like a
Xbox
Batman.
lights.
Xbox light.
We're just gonna put it over the
The
power
PlayStation
button.
lights. It's like a Batman symbol that goes over the
Yeah.
PlayStation light.
No, of course. That's awesome. Where did you find them? Were they online?
Freya showed me the website. It's called Etsy.
Amazing.
It's like
Ezio.
That's great.
it's like it's like eBay, but people make things.
Yeah, no,
And,
Etsy rings a bell.
Yeah.
It's like you say things are Etsy.
How Etsy of you.
How Etsy? Richard, that's very Etsy of you.
I think this is
Do you
going
want
to
to
become
show
a
me
thing.
how?
It'll
How
become a thing.
Etsy of you,
People are going to
Etsy,
say,
yeah.
"Oh,
Etsy.
you're so Etsy."
You're so Etsy.
But actually, my
Have
birthday's
you had
pretty
sex
soon, isn't
yet?
it? Josh, this is a
Theo.
question that a
It is a
gentleman
question.
That's not a
would
question.
never tell.
That is not a question. That's an offer he's offering you, Theo.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know, Josh? It's the law.
It's the law to have sex at your age? What?
No. It's the law.
It's the law to have sex with me.
For political
No,
reasons.
I don't want to have sex with you.
No, I have not. As the age is 16.
Okay, so for political reasons, you're going to say no.
No.
Why
I'm
is
not
Theo-
just saying for political reasons. Right. Okay. Let's not.
What are you on about?
Don't worry, Theo. We're all here for you.
Right, yeah.
And so are the listeners. They'll be
Exactly.
writing in. Write in to contact@startreplay.com.
I am
and
single.
We'll take your questions.
Any lady listeners can
And Theo will take your questions and read them out if you...
head on in.
Theo, it's alright, you can say
See
it.
his
Freya
profile
abused
picture.
you. She came into your room at night and abused you.
It's fine if Joel abused you too. He's your brother, you know, brotherly love.
That is
That's-
disgusting.
that's their
and I would
couple
like you to
doesn't
leave
have to
your
be.
own room. Anyway,
So do we confirm you have had sex?
Game of Thrones is on in
What's
April
her
the
name?
12th, isn't
Oh,
it?
it is, isn't it?
Yeah, April the 12th, 2015.
That'll be fun.
That'll be good.
Winter is coming.
Winter
And
is
so
coming.
is Theo.
and
Mark the Game of Thrones premiere.
Poor Theo.
No, not poor Theo. Good Theo. Get in there, Theo. High five, Theo.
I haven't admitted
Come
to
on, let's
anything
do
to
that.
anyone.
He high-fived, it's confirmed.
You don't need to.
Oh,
High five confirmed.
we're at the 1 hour mark. That's fantastic.
Well, I'll shave a little bit off.
Yeah.
Shave.
That's what she said.
I'm sure you want that bit shaved off, Theo, even though it's probably the funniest bit so far.
Yeah, of course. That's like the best bit.
Shave it off.
That's the entire reason. Can you just say it again?
No, she's gonna do something with it.
Just say it.
Shave it off.
I'm so gonna do something with it. I'm gonna
Of
cut
course
out
you
so
are.
these certain parts, and we're gonna have like
Oh.
a shave it off section or something.
Shave it off. Shave it
Okay,
off.
now we're
Whoa.
shaving off on the podcast. Let me get my razor out. What are we gonna shave off this episode, guys?
Josh's head.
Shave off my head.
Yeah. All of it.
That's
Every
very
single bit of it.
wow. Damien
Lewis.
Damien Lewis is the guy who was in Homeland.
He's
right?
the guy that's a tosser, yeah, also.
What?
With James Corden.
Why?
I've just got a tosser pile.
Oh my god!
where-
Oh really? A tosser pile that you just put
Oh,
on and then
Theo.
you toss off too. This is your tosser pile of James Corden and Damien
Where
Lewis.
to dispose of
I'm
it?
getting
Josh
this
afterwards?
is
image.
24 years old.
In a few weeks, I'm getting this image of you thinking about James Corden and Damien Lewis naked together, just writhing around in bed, talking about Wrong Mans and Homeland, and they're just
I feel as if I should point out I am not a homosexual.
regardless of
as
how
far
he
as we're
speaks.
aware.
But yeah, they go into
He
my
did high five
people
the
I don't like.
lay earlier.
The what?
You got laid. You high fived it. So We know you're not gay.
He was
It's
hinting
I
at
don't
something
want to
with
leave
you.
you hanging. Was
Really?
more the.
You don't leave me hang. Do you say that often to guys?
Thank you for listening to the Start Replay podcast. Bloody hell. On a completely different note,
Mm-hmm.
I feel as if I should say this now.
Okay.
Best time than ever.
Oh, you're coming out finally.
No.
No, I'm not doing that for like
Josh-
another 10 episodes.
Josh is going to
totally.
find this out at some point.
I'm going to find it out at some
I
point.
very
apparently.
much dislike the Batman games.
Well, the Arkham games.
All of them. Apart from Arkham Asylum.
Have you played the Arkham games?
Yes.
Have you played Arkham City?
They're boring.
Go kill
But
yourself. yeah.
you said you like Arkham Asylum.
I liked Arkham Asylum. I didn't complete it. I liked it for an hour,
Okay.
and then it just collected dust.
So
But
what you're saying is
what
Arkham
I'm interested
City
in-
is boring.
Arkham City's boring. Arkham Asylum got boring.
Is that a question?
No,
Arkham
no.
City's boring?
No, they're all boring. I'm just wondering
Mm-hmm.
why you like them so much.
I grew up with Batman for the entirety of my childhood. There was Batman everywhere. Now I showed you photos of what the top floor of our house looked like. There was Batman toys literally everywhere. My sister had to wade through Batman toys just to get to her room.
Was it a bit of a young age fetish?
No.
Don't dirty Batman.
Don't
Theo.
dirty Batman, Theo.
I like the film.
You're on a
first one.
separate track. I can just mute this. I'm looking forward to Batman versus Superman,
Yeah.
which is out in a year and a bit.
Superman will win.
No, Batman always wins in the comics.
Yeah, no, but bloody Superman,
Kryptonite.
he
Is
flies around, and you could just pick up Batman and do that.
All Batman has to do is hold kryptonite up to his
He has
face and then he
kryptonite.
dies.
What, Batman has kryptonite?
Why?
He's got
yes.
like a kryptonite laced bat suit.
Is Batman in possession
Probably.
of the thing?
Probably.
The kryptonite that can kill. Why? Why would he prepare for this? Why would he be? Oh, I think Superman might fly by one day and kill me. I'll have some kryptonite. I'll have Albert or whatever his name is. What's his name?
Alfred.
Alfred. I will have Alfred prepare some for me.
Albert.
I will have
Albert. That's amazing.
Alfred prepare some kryptonite
Wow.
for me. Just cook
Here
it
you
up
go, sir.
and bloody give it to him.
Cock it up.
You give it to him in like a cup of tea. Hello,
Here you
Superman.
go, sir.
Have this cup of tea.
he puts it in his suit and then it makes it, whenever he fights him, he's a lot more efficient. He can
Yeah.
actually kill
Oh,
Superman.
what? So it doesn't.
You know,
It doesn't just kill him
what
instantly.
you should
We
let's
can-
just. It's very interesting getting your point of view as someone who doesn't know any of this stuff, Theo.
Yeah.
I think you should read the comic or graphic novel, The Dark Knight Returns, because then you'll get the full story of.
Is that the one when he comes back after
I
his
don't
back
mind
broken?
writing, but
Yeah.
I'm not a reader really.
I mean, when you see the movie, you'll get a gist of it because
the
they're
movies.
introducing a lot of elements from The Dark Knight Returns graphic novel into the movie. But the movie's going to be amazing because they've got this new Batmobile and they've got Ben Affleck as Batman, which is just going to be awesome.
I like Inargo
Jeremy
That's good.
Irons as Albert
Alfred.
the Butler.
of Albert the Butler.
And I've met Jeremy Irons. Saw him at a pub.
You see everyone at a pub. You saw Andy Serkis at a pub. You saw
Jeremy
you saw
Paxman.
bloody Tomb Raider's body
That
shit.
was another pub.
Wow.
So
Body
Zoe
shit.
Ball.
Yeah. Oh, this is Ben. Let's get him on the podcast.
Ben.
Hang on. Hi, Ben.
Hey Josh.
Thank you very much for listening, whoever is listening. I hope you enjoyed our rambles on Start Replay Podcast Episode 2, yet to be titled.
I certainly enjoyed it.
I certainly enjoyed it too.
Did you? Ah, that's so nice to hear, guys.
Oh, Josh's hospitality
Hopefully we'll
was
have you.
fantastic.
Well, that's great. Hopefully we'll have you back in a future episode, not too long away. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Theo,
Thank you,
Mr. Chapman.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir,
sir.
Mr.
Master. Should I call you Master? You're
Yeah,
still
go
quite
for it.
young, so
Go for it. Master Chappers.
Master Chapman.
Chappers.
Great. Richard, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Albert.
You're welcome. It's always nice to have some passionate people talk through my ears for a long time.
Yeah.
I feel as I'm going to be hearing you two in my sleep. So, of course, you can head to startreplay.com where you can find vaguely inconsistent gaming news, coverage, and other such stuff.
I went there once.
And you
it was
can
good.
also link through there to our YouTube channel, Twitter, many other pages,
I
Facebook.
subscribe to that.
blah.
My
It was
personal
good.
Twitter for shit. If you want to follow it.
Yeah, personal Twitters. You can head to people's profiles, go on people's personal Twitters if you really want to follow our sparse Twitter feeds.
Mine's alright.
You can catch episode 3 of the Start Replay podcast, starring people I do not know. Well, actually, there will be people I know. I just don't know. TBC, to be confirmed. And that'll be released on the 21st.
Place your bets. Who's going to be on it?
January. Maybe Ben.
Call in Tom.
We had a list.
Yeah.
We have a list. We have a black
We
list.
have a red list.
We've got a list
Actually, it's
somewhere.
red, yellow, and green.
Okay.
It's colour coded.
Fantastic. Great. So thank you very much for listening, guys. Bye from all of us here.
I bid
Ta-ra.
you farewell.
Bye.
Ta-ra, listeners.
Goodbye.
Who the hell is talking right now? Hey, Barney. You say you don't have a poop sack? Oh, God. It's already started.
Sam
fucking
wants to go up and try and find their tape.
They have a tape. Sex tape.
We'd assume so.
Joel and Freya have a
Why are
sex
you looking
tape.
at me like I would know?
Sam and I have lots of bets about them. Our original one was when they're going to break up.
Holy
Now it's
shit.
if they have a sex tape or not.
Wow. Joel
I don't
and
think
Freya
they're
have
going
a
to break
sex
up.
tape.
Those two are in it for the life.
Are they?
Yes.
Forever and ever.
You're recording.
I know. It's even better.
Son of a bitch.
Okay.